When Kim Kardashian landed in Rome with her daughter Northwest, no one expected the trip to ignite one of the loudest debates of 2025. What was supposed to be a glamorous getaway turned into a full-blown controversy as fans, critics, and media outlets began dissecting every outfit, every TikTok, and every public appearance the mother-daughter duo made in Italy. It all started when Kim was spotted taking North to a high-profile fashion dinner in the heart of Rome. Paparazzi photos showed North wearing a bold, couture-inspired outfit far more adult than what people expect from an one-year-old. Within hours, social media exploded. Some praised North's confidence and sense of style, saying she was simply following in her mother's footsteps. But others slammed Kim for pushing her daughter too far into the spotlight, accusing her of robbing North of a normal childhood. The criticism got harsher once clips surfaced from a TikTok live where North appeared alongside Kim, joking with her mom while showcasing the Italian scenery. Fans immediately zeroed in on Kim's tone and mannerisms, claiming she was treating North more like a PR accessory than a child. One viral tweet read, "Kim really brought her daughter to Rome just to turn her into a mini-me brand deal. This is not parenting, it's marketing." That sentiment sparked a firestorm, with the hashtag number #LetNorthBeAKid trending on X, formerly Twitter, for 2 straight days. Adding fuel to the fire, Italian cultural critics weighed in, pointing out that Rome is a city rich in history, art, and education, but the Kardashians seemed more focused on staged photo ops than genuine experiences. A respected columnist from La Repubblica wrote, "This trip is less about exposing a child to culture and more about manufacturing a headline." The line spread like wildfire, with international outlets picking it up and framing Kim as an opportunist who was exploiting her daughter's presence for clout. But perhaps the most explosive moment came when Kim and North were filmed entering the iconic Colosseum, dressed in high-fashion looks that critics deemed disrespectful. While tourists typically explore in casual attire, Kim wore a curve-hugging Balenciaga gown, while North sported a leather skirt and oversized sunglasses. Italian locals posted TikToks mocking the outfits, calling it a spectacle that turned a historic site into a Kardashian runway. One clip racked up over 15 million views with the caption, "The Colosseum survived centuries of history just to become a backdrop for Kim Kardashian's Instagram." Behind all the memes and outrage lies a deeper conversation about Kim's parenting style and North's rapid rise as a public figure. Many fans point out that North has been in the spotlight practically since birth, appearing on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, joining TikTok with Kim, and even performing at her dad Kanye's concerts. But the Rome trip marked a tipping point. To some, it was no longer just harmless family exposure, it looked like calculated brand building at the expense of a child's innocence. Still, not everyone is against Kim. A vocal group of supporters argues that North clearly enjoys the attention, noting her confidence in front of cameras and her playful interactions with fans. They insist that Kim is simply nurturing her daughter's natural talent and creativity. After all, North has already shown interest in fashion design and music, 2 industries where early exposure can be crucial. One fan comment summed it up, "People act like Kim is forcing North into this, but North looks like she was born for the spotlight. Why not let her shine?" The division among fans is what has kept this story alive for weeks. On one side, critics accuse Kim of exploitation and clout chasing. On the other, defenders see a mother supporting her daughter's passions. And as the Rome trip continued, the scrutiny only intensified, with every new outfit, TikTok, and headline fueling the narrative that Kim and North had turned one of the world's most historic cities into the stage for their ongoing Kardashian drama.
As the Rome trip unfolded, the controversy began snowballing into something far bigger than just a debate over clothes or parenting. International media outlets, fashion critics, and even other celebrities started chiming in, turning Kim and North's vacation into a global spectacle. One of the first major voices to weigh in was British fashion critic Hilary Alexander, who commented during a panel discussion that Kim seemed more interested in curating North's public image than nurturing her private childhood. That remark struck a nerve, because it echoed what so many parents online had already been saying. TikTok moms stitched videos of Kim in Rome, comparing her parenting to their own struggles of keeping kids grounded in a world dominated by social media. One viral stitch caption read, "While I'm fighting to keep my one-year-old off YouTube, Kim's dressing hers for the Met Gala in Rome." The situation escalated when a clip from the trip showed Kim allegedly dismissing North's request to go get gelato. In the video, which spread across Instagram fan pages, North asked excitedly about stopping for ice cream, only for Kim to respond with a distracted, "Later, we're already running behind schedule." Critics seized on the moment as evidence that Kim prioritized her itinerary and, by extension, her brand over her daughter's simple pleasures. The clip was reposted with captions like, "She's 11, Kim, not your assistant." Within hours, it had accumulated millions of views. Meanwhile, Italian locals continued dragging the family online. Street vendors in Rome told entertainment reporters that Kim's team blocked off areas for photo shoots, leaving tourists frustrated. Some even accused her of treating Rome as a giant movie set, rather than respecting its culture. On TikTok, an Italian influencer went viral with a rant. North should be learning about gladiators and history, not striking poses in Prada. That video sparked thousands of comments debating whether Kim's parenting was about exposure to culture or exposure to cameras. The criticism wasn't limited to strangers. A surprising twist came when a source close to Kanye West allegedly told Page Six that the rapper wasn't thrilled with how North was being portrayed. According to the report, Kanye had serious concerns about his daughter being used as a social media accessory. While the accuracy of that claim is debatable, the headline itself added gasoline to the fire. Fans immediately began speculating about renewed tension between Kim and Kanye, with some suggesting this Rome trip could reignite custody disputes. Adding to the spectacle, a handful of celebrities subtly shaded Kim online. Actress Jamila Jamil, known for criticizing celebrity culture, posted a cryptic Instagram story saying, "Children aren't brand deals. They're children." Though she never mentioned Kim by name, fans connected the dots instantly. Even Italian designer Valentino Garavani was rumored to have privately expressed disappointment over Kim's fashion choices at sacred landmarks, though his team denied making any official statement. And yet, as the backlash grew, Kim appeared unfazed. She continued posting polished photos of herself and North at restaurants, museums, and shopping districts. To her fans, this resilience was proof of her strength. She had weathered scandals before and would weather them again. But to critics, it looked like a refusal to acknowledge the growing discomfort around North's public exposure. The divide was stark. American tabloids framed the story as a parenting debate, focusing on whether Kim was empowering her daughter or exploiting her. Italian outlets, on the other hand, leaned heavily into the cultural angle, portraying the Kardashians as tourists who turned history into background decor. In one memorable op-ed, a journalist wrote, "Rome is not Hollywood, and Northwest is not a character. She is a child, yet here she is, paraded as though the Colosseum were her runway." By the time the family boarded their jet to return home, the trip had already cemented itself as one of Kim's most controversial parenting moments in years. But instead of dying down, the conversation only grew louder once they landed back in Los Angeles. Critics, celebrities, and even former Kardashian insiders began weighing in, asking whether Kim had finally gone too far in pushing North into the limelight. When Kim and North finally returned to Los Angeles, the story didn't fade, it exploded. Instead of calming down, the Rome trip became the headline that every gossip, magazine, and entertainment blog wanted to dissect. TMZ ran with the line, "Northwest or North Star?" Critics slammed Kim for treating daughter like a prop, while Us Weekly published a cover story claiming Kim's parenting choices were sparking tension within the Kardashian inner circle. The real fuel came from social media. On TikTok, fan theories took over. Some claimed Kim was deliberately molding North into the next Kardashian star, positioning her as the future face of the family brand. Others argued that North had no choice, pointing to clips where she looked visibly tired during photo shoots. One viral post with over 2 million views asked bluntly, "Is Kim letting North have a childhood, or just giving her a childhood in front of cameras?" The debate quickly shifted from parenting style to legacy. Fans compared North's situation to Kim's own childhood, growing up under Kris Jenner's watchful eye. Commenters began drawing parallels, saying Kris had once positioned Kim the same way, using early controversies to build her into a household name. The theory gained traction that Kim was simply repeating the Kardashian playbook, but this time with her own daughter. Things grew even more complicated when a supposed insider told Dusmoy that several members of Kim's family were uncomfortable with how North was being used on the trip. While the source didn't specify names, speculation immediately centered on Kourtney Kardashian, who has often criticized the family's obsession with fame. Fans recalled Kourtney's past clashes with Kim on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she accused Kim of valuing the brand over family. To viewers, it wasn't hard to imagine her disapproving of North's Rome experience. The situation spiraled further when old clips of North resurfaced online. Fans pulled together moments from past years showing North rolling her eyes at paparazzi, covering her face from cameras, or making sarcastic comments at events. Put together, these moments painted a narrative. North wasn't a natural spotlight lover like her mom. She was a kid forced into it. Whether that narrative was fair or not didn't matter. It went viral. Meanwhile, celebrities continued to subtly weigh in. Bella Thorne liked several tweets criticizing child exploitation in Hollywood. Actor Wilmer Valderrama shared a post on Instagram calling for better boundaries for kids in entertainment. Even though none of them mentioned Kim directly, fans took it as indirect shade. Through it all, Kim remained silent. No statement, no apology, no acknowledgement of the uproar. She posted cryptic Instagram captions like "Strong women raise strong women" and "North has a voice of her own," which only fueled speculation further. Was she doubling down or trying to reframe the story as empowerment? Either way, the silence worked because it kept everyone talking. By the end of the week, the Rome trip wasn't just a vacation gone viral. It had transformed into a bigger question. Was Kim Kardashian building her empire through her daughter, just as Kris Jenner once did with her?
As the conversation around Kim and North reached its peak, many fans began pointing out that this wasn't just a new controversy, it was history repeating itself. Because long before Kim was accused of pushing North into the spotlight, Kris Jenner faced the very same accusations with her own daughters. Kris, often nicknamed the Momager, built an empire out of her children's fame. She was the mastermind behind Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the driving force behind Kim's career after the infamous tape, and the architect of nearly every Kardashian business move. For years, critics claimed Kris exploited her daughters for fame and money, prioritizing the brand over their well-being. Now, fans were noticing eerie similarities between how Kris managed Kim and how Kim was managing North. Some even argued that Kim was simply following the blueprint that had been laid out for her. Kris turned controversy into power, and Kim seemed to be doing the same, but now through her daughter. In fan discussions, a chilling phrase started to appear: "North is Kim's Kim." The idea that North might be positioned as the chosen one to carry the Kardashian legacy hit a nerve, especially for those who worried about the toll it could take on a child. Kourtney Kardashian's name surfaced again as well. Long seen as the Kardashian who wanted out of the fame machine, Kourtney had openly clashed with Kim about family priorities versus the brand. On KUWTK, she once snapped, "You're disgusting for saying that. Fame isn't everything." To many, Kourtney represented the resistance to Kris's tactics and now, potentially, the resistance to Kim's. Rumors swirled that Kourtney had privately voiced concerns about North's exposure after the Rome incident. Whether true or not, the idea fit perfectly into the ongoing Kardashian family narrative, one sister pushing the brand at all costs, another resisting. Meanwhile, Kris herself appeared unfazed. She posted smiling photos from a family dinner, captioned "Family First," a statement that, depending on interpretation, either shut down the drama or subtly reinforced the Kardashian ability to spin headlines into strength. After all, the family had thrived on controversy for over a decade, and Kris knew better than anyone that public scrutiny often translated into profit. In the end, the Rome trip wasn't just about Kim and North. It became a reflection of the Kardashian cycle, mothers shaping daughters into stars, critics questioning where the line between opportunity and exploitation should be drawn, and sisters clashing over the cost of fame. For fans, the real story wasn't just whether North enjoyed her time in Rome, it was whether she was being prepared to inherit the Kardashian empire, whether she liked it or not. And as one viral tweet put it, history doesn't just repeat itself in the Kardashian family, it's the business model. And if you've been enjoying all the behind-the-scenes stories and shocking twists we uncover here on Hot Sip, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way, you'll never miss the next viral story that everyone will be talking about.